The data types in Java consist of two types. The first one is primitive, and the second is non-primitive. So the primitive consists of numeric and the non-numeric values. So the numeric values consist of also two, which are the integer and the floating point. So we till now we had an integer have byte, int, short, and long. These are the types that we will see in Java and Android. And floating point also will see them. They are double and float. Think of integer that they are real numbers or like correct numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, and long. These types byte, short, long, and then differ in the length of the value. Floating point, these are decimals. So double and float are decimals. Also, they differ in the length. We will see next slide what they are. What are the length of each type? So till now we have 1 byte, 2, 3 int, and 4 long. 5 is the double, and 6 is the float. The seventh data type, is non-numeric called character. So character, it will be like A, B, C, or D, or any character. Boolean is the eighth type, which consists of a value either true or false. We will see also them in next video, in next test slide. Now let's move to non-primitive. So these are the primitive: byte, short, int, long, double, float, character, and boolean. And the second type, which are non-primitives, which are string, arrays, and user-defined classes. These are more complex than the primitive. These consist of like strings, consist of like phrases, sentences, like the user text. Arrays, we'll see in a lesson what are the arrays. And the user-defined classes, we will also learn about classes in Java and Android. Now, the types of the types we will see of data in Java have a length. So let's start with Boolean. Boolean, description true or false, and default value is false. Size is 1 bit, and example literals like true or false. Now, second type is byte, two complement integers, and the default value is 0. Size is 8 bits. Character, like Unicode character, default is this, and 16 bits. Like we can use A, beta, and /n. Short, two complement integers, default value is 0, 16 bits. Integer is two complement integer and 0 default, and 32 bits the size. They can be negative, they can hold 0, and real number. Now let's move to long. Long is two complement integers. Integer 0 default value, 64 bits, it's long, and -2 L. So in Java we should put L in next to the value which is long, and you'll see in the float we need to put F after the value of the float. So floating point, the default value is 0.032 bits, and an example of float is like this, which can be 0.3 F. And double floating point 00 and 64 bits. Float is less than in length, shorter than double. So, and these are the examples for the double. So back to the compiler. So we are going to see how variables works and how to print them and to execute some actions or functions. So we, in order to make a number variable, we start by int. Int is a keyword that is used in Java to display the int variables. So int, and we use the print method. It's printing number 8. So notice that when using variables, we are not using them inside two open quotations like we've used in strings. So we use now double. So we see a double that they are long decimal numbers, which is good. Now let's see another type of variables. Let's say it is okay, let's see another type of variables. Let's see the Boolean type. So the Boolean type, as we said before, it is a type of variables that consist of two two possibilities, even true or false. It is Boolean. First Boolean, we give it a value true, and we printed the result, and it's working fine. So till now everything is working fine, and we've here there is an error because we didn't initialize the Boolean. So as we said before, the default value of Boolean will be false. Now let's see, let's put it false. Execute. And it's displayed false. Okay, it's working fine. Everything is working fine. So let's move to the next data type. It is string. String my name equal to Mahmoud Masri. Let's consider this string and we put it my name println. Oops, what I'm doing. Okay, I've no string. I forget that to put here the apostrophe, or sorry, the semicolon. The semicolon. It's now working. Okay, it's very good. And remember that strings, we can put a constant string between quotations, but inside the, when you need to put or execute or display a string, variable string, you need to put it with plus sign after the constant string. So your name is constant, but the variable here will be a string called my name. It's very simple. Java will display the constant plus the variable. The variable is followed or has before a plus sign. Now let's get the number of letters inside the my name string. Now, in order to do that, we get a my name dot length method. So methods inside in Java are very powerful, and here we go. 22 numbers, 22 letters, sorry. Okay, so using functions or methods are very powerful in Java, and we'll see later on that everything is used in methods, are created in methods and executed in methods. Okay, it's working fine. And Android Studio has an intelligent code editor that displays the possible functions found with the strings, with the variables, with the classes, with the objects, and everything. Now let's move for using and executing some mathematical operations. Let's create two doubles, double x and double y. Let's see x 1.5 and y equal to 2. And we will display the executed or the result in form of a constant variable, a constant string, and the variables we said before. In order to display the variables, we need to put a plus sign and x times y. X times y, the results will occur the multiplication or display the multiplication of the two variables. Now we can put plus sign between them and the results will come the summation of these two variables. Multiplication and thank you.